Hey, good evening, everybody. It is Sunday night. Time for another episode of Thrifty Business. And with me, my pal, my producer, Debbie from Buckaville.
I hope I remember how to do this. It's been a while.
I know, it has been a while.
In the green room in the back.
What's happening, Debs? How are you?
Good. I mean, I can't believe it's Thanksgiving already. I'm still back in July somewhere in the warm weather, and everyone's freezing and buried under snow. And before we get started, I wanted to give a shout out. I don't know if anyone's here, but I did a network room for the Bay Area, the eBay seller check-in. And I had a Bolos and Tips room, and some of the people that were in there, I said, hey, come join us Sunday, and you can see us, my face on TV. So if you're here, if you're joining, say hi, I'm here.
Hi.
It's fun to learn from each other.
All right, let's introduce our guest here, and then we'll get off and running, shall we? Now it's time for Jay's Tiki Talk. Each week, I drink a different rum out of a different tiki mug and try and match it up to my guest. And our guest this week, oh man, I thought I was in the right spot. Let me get Pam up top there. Is Pam McCown. Hi, Pam. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Hi, Pam. It's nice to meet you. We see everybody's faces or whatever, their chats, but we get to see face to face.
Yes. So Pam's here because Pam was a big time eBay seller for a long time and then had to go back to work for a while to a real job and then retired from that and now is back to eBay. And so the question is kind of a twofold thing tonight. Any big surprises since you came back? And let's do a little store review of Pam's store. Pam's got a big store with a lot of sales, and it'll be a fun show. So, Pam, thanks for being on tonight.
Welcome. My pleasure.
Now, usually, almost always, I think I've only missed one or two, but they'll be the third one. I match my rum and my mug up with my guest. I'm on some heavy narcotic pain pills, and I just took one about an hour ago. So,
it's going to be fun.
No, well, I'm not having any rum. So, I'm not usually one to follow instructions, but my hips are so shot that I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take it easy tonight. So I cheers you with water tonight, but I do have a tiki on my water glass. So
is it my turn or is it Pam's turn?
Yeah, go ahead, Deb. What do you got?
Okay. I have the new Wilfred Manta Ray. Can you see signed by Big Toe?
Very nice.
This is amazing. Tiki Farm. But
looking pretty empty as she turns it upside down.
I'm afraid I'm going to break it. So I'm thinking this is my favorite unicorn. It's caffeine-free Pepsi that's not diet. You cannot find it hardly anywhere. And Winco every once in a while gets some in, so I stock up on it because I love Pepsi and I don't like diet. Caffeine makes me crazy.
All right, so far we have water, non-caffeinated Pepsi. We are a party bunch tonight, let me tell you. Pam, what do you got?
I have Coke in my note cup.
All right, we are definitely party animals tonight. Woohoo!
Yes, this is going to be even funner.
All right, Pam, sit back, relax, and we'll see in a little bit, and we'll hear all about your story and give you some good tips for your store. Unbelievable tonight. I was like, man, it's a rarity. I'm like, I just don't feel like drinking after I just took this pill. I was just like, man,
smart.
I'll skip it for once. And now it's time for our scores of the week. These are the items that you should be on the lookout for when you're out thrifting. What, Debbie? You sold books? Shut up.
I did. Actually, these have been in my profit pile for a while because I don't speak Korean. I have a friend that I haven't learned that one. I speak a tiny bit of German and a little bit of Spanish. But my friend, I can never remember if she's Chinese or Korean, and she keeps telling me, remember, I'm Chinese. I don't read Korean. But somebody in one of the group, the Thrifty Boy, I think it was, said, Google Translate. Because I use Google Images to find things to sell, keywords and things. So I did it. And I got the publisher's name, the author's name. I already knew that they were American. It was children's American history. I knew that. I recognized all the faces. I could read their names. So I finally got it listed after 5 years and sold it for $29.
So now we've got from you having things listed for 5 years to waiting 5 years to get it listed.
I'm like, what do I do with them? I don't know who made them. I don't know nothing about them. And then I think I have the date in there, 2015. Yeah, we
Yeah.
were at Disneyland back when the days when we could go to Disneyland. And it was only worth like $18. So I just put it in the closet and looked at it every day and talked with them. And this year I got it out and sold it for $39.
Nice.
So sitting in the profit
Yeah.
pile.
So if you all don't know, there is a rabid fan base for the popcorn buckets from the Disney parks. So you will see them from time to time in thrift stores all over the country because, of course, people take them home from vacation. So keep your eyes peeled for them.
Yes, definitely. And cookbooks. Can you believe it? Cookbooks.
Look at that little fun holder.
I know. It's an MCM. It's so cute. Some people this is another long one. People would ask to buy just a few of them. And I'm like, no, I really want to keep the set together because I had it at like $99. I kept lowering it. Finally sold it for $49, all intact with all of the pieces together. And that was a little tricky because books can go medium mail, but I don't think the plastic part can. So I didn't put it as medium mail.
I don't think it's so small. I don't think anyone would have noticed had they checked it anyway.
Yeah, probably not. But you know me, stay within the lines.
Oh my gosh, you're such a goody. Choo-choo train. What?
Yeah, a friend gave us this. Another one that we had just for not too long, but somebody needed a train. Did you like my picture? I thought that looks like that's.
I love that picture.
That's
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good job. Nice scores. All right. I found this awesome Hanukkah Star Wars t-shirt, the Festival of the Lightsabers, and had it. Obviously, anything you got Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, get it up right away. But I got it up and it sold in. Actually, I listed it back in October, and it just sold since we're getting towards the holidays. So that was a fun little find. And then some of my big sales the last couple of weeks. Home Alone is one of those movies that there's a billion of them on VHS tape.
Right.
However, this one was sealed with the promotional copy, not for sale or rental on it. And so that's where the collectors come in and they want to buy every version. Like we collect tiki mugs, every glaze color. And so someone paid $40 for this Home Alone on VHS. It's crazy how much people spend.
See, when people like me see that not for retail, we can sell it then. Not for resale.
Yeah, that's a note for whoever got it first. Like usually, like with the radio, with the CD ones, is for like radio and record stores. Okay. But if you happen to end up with it 35 years later, you can sell it.
Right. I have to answer John's question. Sorry. He goes, what's not too long in Debbie speak? About 4 years. You got room to store it. So
this was at an estate sale auction in a lot of jackets that no one really paid attention to. And I think I got 4 or 5 jackets and I paid like $30 total.
Oh my gosh.
And so this was one of them, and it didn't last too long. It was less than October 10th. So it took about 6 weeks to sell for $150. Now, I didn't know anything about the brand, but the brand does come up, and these jackets do come up. And I got some low offers, but I held my ground, and I finally got sold it for $150.
Nice.
Now, Demented Argo is a band, and I know your favorite band, Deb.
Never heard of them.
But they had Doc Martens made specifically about their band. So pretty cool. I found these at Buffalo Exchange for $30, and I sold them for $158.
Me and Peggy, we are sisters.
Anytime you see Doc Martens that have something totally kind of off the wall, like obviously it was like blood splashing up, I'm like, all right, let me check these out. I happen to know the band a little bit, and so it was a nice, awesome sale.
Those are awesome.
Oops. I was jumping. I was getting so excited. I was jumping ahead.
Jason knows all the bands and all the people. So if you never need any help, reach out.
Yes, true. And now it's time for our CD and cassette scores of the week. And as always, we start with flipping cassettes. Hey, Deb, do you know the band Third Day?
I do. I love them. I've seen them in concert.
Yeah, see, we went from a band that Deb's never heard of to Third Day, which is a Christian rock band. I sold their used cassette for $25 just this weekend. We haven't even shipped it yet. It's going out tomorrow morning. Nice. So, it's with any of this media, you got to look at everything. Okay, Deb, the world works in mysterious circles.
We've discovered that, haven't we?
Yes, I sold this lot of Pink records. I
Oh,
took an
that's
offer of $125, and it had been listed since June 21st. So it's not like I put it up yesterday.
okay.
And 4 hours before I took that offer, I bought 2 tickets to the Pink concert, and they were $125 each. So Pink paid for one of my tickets already.
Oh my gosh, that is epic.
How crazy is that? Like, these have been up for months, and I got the offer I've been waiting for on the day I paid $125 per ticket. So boom, one ticket was paid for thanks to Pink.
That's awesome.
Isn't that crazy? Just crazy.
Amazing.
And now we go from flipping cassettes to flipping CDs. Hey, that's not my CD.
No, that's mine.
Nice job.
I can't even read all of that, but yeah, I think that was we had it maybe like a year, but yeah, sometimes I forget and I think I have that in my inventory. Oh, yeah, I pulled it.
You saw something, you're like, wait, what?
Thanks for teaching us to look for Hawaiian and Christmas and
Oh yeah. All right. So do you believe, Deb? Do you believe in
I do.
selling CDs? Do you believe?
Yes, I
Okay,
do.
now I got some big dogs, but not this one ain't all that big, but this one's funny because it was in my big promo lot that I bought about 2 years ago. And this isn't music. This is a PSA from Alan Jackson about safe boating.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm like, okay, it's one of those weird things that I'm like, someone's gonna want to buy this. And I just listed it in June 9th. And so it wasn't all that long. And someone gave me $21 for a safe boating PSA on CD.
That's awesome. See, that's what I love about what we do. We find the stuff everybody else says, I don't want this anymore, but someone does.
Now, if you believe in that, how about this? We walk into a record store. We're at the end of our little vacation in the Pacific Northwest in Seattle. Our bags are bursting with tiki mugs and everything else. And someone just traded in all their Brother Lynch Hung CDs. Now, I know you don't know, and probably no one in the chat knows Brother Lynch Hung, but they're a rap group, and most of their stuff's out of print. And so I picked this up for $12 and then sold it for $50 in about a week from it being listed.
Wow.
But $50, that's child's play, Deb. That's nothing. That's little things.
I'm holding on to my mug.
Okay, I paid $15 for these Ozzy Osbourne 3 classic albums in a cardboard sleeve. So essentially, it is 3 regular Ozzy Osbourne CDs that just happen to come in this cardboard sleeve, and someone wanted to pay me $100 for it. So they could go online and buy each of those CDs individually and pay a lot less than $100. But they didn't feel like it. They felt like giving me $100. So,
well, is that because it's like a collectible edition?
Yeah, but there's not. I mean, there's nothing different to the CDs, just other than the cardboard box around it. It's crazy.
But that little cardboard can make a big difference.
But let me tell you, Deb, $100 is pittance. It's nothing. It's barely even exciting to talk about, because let me show you the big dog from the last 2 weeks. You're all gonna say, "We believe, Jason," because let me show you how much I spent on this first to get you
that's
excited.
a band I know. I know that band, but I never.
Yes, here's a band everyone knows, Led Zeppelin, and look what I spent on it. So you got to know there's going to be some big profit there if I'm dropping $120 on it. But I do not mind. I do not mind dropping $120 on a CD I then sell for $500.
A little bell to ring when you do these. Ding, 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 ding.
Now, the crazy thing is it got misplaced, and I was like this all morning, and I finally found it in a tub that I got pushed into the bathroom for some reason. And I'm like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Oh, my God.
But there was 2 that day, and I'm like, I wasn't sure about risking $240. It took exactly 1 year. I listed it like on November 11th of last year, and it sold on November 14th of this year. So it took 1 year. But again, you like to be patient. My mom likes to be patient. I am very fine to be patient for a $500. It's not just one CD. It's actually a box set. And it's a Japanese import. They made the CDs look like the original albums. They're called mini LP replicas. So I was very patient, and I got paid. Woo!
Hey, that helps too.
Thanks, everybody. Yeah, that was a fun sale. If you don't believe by this point, you'll never believe. And now it's time for our duds of the week. Do not let our mistakes be yours.
This little guy's been sitting around forever. Isn't this still a football team? I mean, nobody.
Yes, it is still a football team. Isn't this a football team?
Well, some of them are changing their names these days, and I can't keep
Yes,
up.
the New York Giants are still the New York Giants.
Okay, well, yeah, he's been sitting around a long time. So I just thought if I gave him some airtime, somebody might want him.
If you like trolls and you like the Giants, come over to the book kiosk and get your troll.
He'd be happy. And same thing with this purse. I have it on Posh. I've done everything. I've raised the price. I've lowered the price. And it's still sitting here. And it's so pretty. Maybe I'm supposed to keep it. I don't know. I don't need it. But yeah, sometimes these things you see them and you go, because, we were learning about purses and handbags and things. And I'm like, it looks brand new. So,
yeah, absolutely. Add New York to it.
Okay, I will do that.
And by the way, one of the things that you're going to talk to Pam about not doing, you did in this title.
Oh, no.
I just noticed. Thanks for Lisa for me to bring this back up. See your little W tag up there?
Where?
That's never happened. That has never happened.
Such a hypocrite. See, that's why we do this, because we like to teach, but we like to learn too.
Okay, are there no Peter Pan fans anymore? Because I have had this t-shirt on 4 different platforms. Expensive, cheap, free shipping, paid shipping. No one ever wants this shirt. I don't understand. Are there not Peter Pan fans? So, hey, Peter Pan fan, give me $10 and it's yours.
And it's a large.
Yeah.
And it's Seahawks green.
Now, I sold these for $20. I think I only had like 2 into it. So you would think, why is that a dud? Not as long as Debbie and my mom, but I had it listed November 19th of 2020. So it was exactly 2 years to sell these things. So I was happy to see them go. But yeah, I was like, no one really cares. But finally they went. So yay.
Well, now we're coming close to Christmas. People might be shopping for those strange things they can't just find anywhere.
Absolutely. And where are they shopping? And now it's time for Where in the World Did Our Stuff Go? If you are not shipping internationally, you are leaving out 7.3 billion with a B potential customers.
Okay, this went to Parkland County, AB, which is Alberta, I guess, Canada. And Hero Quest game, it's been my profit pile for a while. And I started out, because when you don't have all the pieces, I was going to part it out because I've done good with that. But then I realized by the time I got done with that and took all the pictures, hey, it's like 95% complete. I put it all back together, redid the pictures, and it went to Canada. I think I accepted $39 on that.
Oh, Canada.
And I was going to say, too, that parting out games is really good. But I was thinking, too, like if you have kids, and you want to give them something to do, maybe buy a game that's not complete, and you take all the parts out and help them set up the listing. And so what if they only sell them for $6 or $7 a bag?
All right, so yours went to Canada. Our very easy pronunciations today. Mine went to Stockport, the UK. So, but this Prince sweatshirt, which is available, I think, still on the Prince website, but I'm not sure if they ship internationally or not. For less than I charged, someone paid $110 for it plus shipping, and I picked this up at Buffalo Exchange for about $14, I think. Oh my gosh. See, there's Lisa. She didn't comment on your Canada because Lisa lives in Canada, but she's like, oh my God, I lived in Stockport for the first 6 years of my life. Maybe your relative bought this Prince sweatshirt. So thank you, Stockport, for the $100 sweatshirt sale. I do love that. And now it's time for the Thrifty Tips of the Week. Little tips. And now it's time for You Have Got to Be Shipping Me. What to do and what not to do when it comes to shipping. Whoops.
That's okay. I was prepared to go one way. I'll just go the other way. You have your shipping supplies ready because, Black Friday is Saturday, coming up, and then there's Cyber Monday, and the shoppers are going to be coming out because, gas is so expensive. They might as well sit at home and shop and have it delivered to their front door. So make sure you got your boxes and your tape and your poly bags and just all the boxes and everything, packing peanuts, tissue pepper. And then I didn't put the noodles. We use a lot of pool noodles on here. And if you have your eBay store, we get once a quarter for your store owner, you get a coupon to get free supplies from eBay. So don't let those run out. I always wait till the end. And then I always think, what did I miss? What else did they already have? So get ready, get your shipping supplies cleaned up and ready to go.
All right. Mine's an actual visual right here. So my good friend Janet picked me up a record way back in April, I think, and I kept meaning to show this. And it was a 10-inch, so smaller than a regular record, bigger than a 45, and it was a shaped 10-inch. And I'm going to show you what the shape is in a second. But here's something I never ever thought to do, and I was like, "Oh, Janet, I like that." So when you ship in a record mailer, you have this piece of cardboard that usually goes in to hold it firm. She actually cut the cardboard out, it's sliding down a little bit, to fit the 10-inch exactly. And then she put the bubble wrap around it. So I thought it was so cool that she made a little home for it by cutting it out and making it solid. And so for those of you who've never seen a shaped record before,
Cool.
the
Way to
record
go,
is in the
Janet.
shape of a gravestone.
That is awesome.
Now,
they play, right? They go around and
oh
around.
yeah. So here's what's crazy though. So I've been meaning to share that forever, and I'd already planned to share that this week. But then this turned into, and now it's time for Close Encounters of the Thrifty Kind. I get an offer. Oops. I get an offer from this Rolling Stones record on Macari the other day, and I accept it. And it was Janet, and did not realize she was sending me the offer. She was just looking for this record.
Oh my
Made an offer on the one she saw, and it was me.
God.
Now, as soon as it sold, and she then paid attention to the seller ID, she was like, "Oh my God, I just bought this from you."
So you don't have that listed on eBay?
I did.
You think she might have thought, but hey, that just shows that people shop.
She had a coupon on Macari. She had a $20 off coupon for a $50 or more item. And so how weird, I was already going to talk about her. She bought a record from me by accident.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
So there you go. There's my accidental thrifty encounter of the week. Too awesome. That is awesome.
Good job, Janet.
Yes. I don't think Jan's in the chat right now, but she'll be surprised when she watches this show. And now it's time for the Thrifty Tips of the Week. Little tips and tricks to help you out when you're outsourcing.
Okay, there it goes. Sometimes I can't remember what I put. Sourcing year round. A lot of people think, oh, I'm not supposed to list Christmas till November or December, but all year round, be looking for things like if you find Easter now. I actually gave my mom and my sisters some new Ray Dunn Easter ceramics for Christmas last year at the store, and I know they like them, and I bought them. So just because you're not in that holiday season right now, you can buy Halloween all year round.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas every day, 34 hours a day, 6 days a week is Christmas. So watch, and then, go to retail stores, Kohl's and Target, different places after the holidays to get things really marked down. So don't have that mindset that right now I can only focus on Christmas, and be thinking all year round for stuff, because people do give weird gifts for whatever, birthdays and fun. And
yeah, as Jenny said, people are getting rid of their Halloween stuff now because that season's over. Yeah. All right, here's my big tip, and it's a mistake. So I love to when I have mistakes, and then I can teach on it. So there's a band called Gong. I'm gonna guess most of you don't know Gong, but this box set was for sale at the Zia Records right near our house in Phoenix, and so even though it's marked as used, it's new because you can tell that sticker from the record company is still on the cellophane. And so I'm like, I was hurting that day, and I wanted to get back home, and we only live about 4 minutes from the Zia. So I'm like, all right, I'll take this picture, I'll go home and research it, and then I'll decide if I'm going to buy it. I forgot to research it. And Zia Records has a frequent buyer card that you can use points to take half off of things. I have enough points to make this about $80, about $78. And what the last one sell for? Yeah, $351.
Oh my gosh.
So if you're going to do your research at home, make sure you actually remember to do your research at home.
Well, that's why you have a phone.
I was looking through my phone for tips. I go, oh shit, I'd never researched that Gong box set. And then I looked it up, and I'm like, there's my tip. I sucked.
I kept looking at that. Is that, because sometimes my eyes get, but was $17, but it was $179?
Yeah, but I can get half off.
Right.
And so I'll gladly pay $80 for something that sells for $350 easily.
And we do want to give a shout out to Crispy Flips, because he just opened his brick and mortar. And yes, we will be having you on the show.
Yes, Crispy knows Gong. Yeah. So, but I'm going to guess I'll be back in Phoenix at the end of December. I'm going to guess that's not a fast seller at $175. So if it's still there, I will pick it up when I get back into town.
And if not, you won't be disappointed. So.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be. And now it's time for our online selling tips of the week. It doesn't matter if you're selling on Etsy, Depop, Mercari, Poshmark, or eBay. These are little tips and tricks to help you when you're selling.
Okay, I love eBay, but I had a little issue with them. We sold this item on the bottom, and then immediately it relisted. But this just happened yesterday. So a couple days ago, I discovered this. I thought, wait a minute, I already sold those Korean books. Why are they active listed again? And so I went through all my solds back to November 12th, and everything I had sold had been relisted in my account.
Whoa.
My husband noticed that when he searched for it with our title, it wasn't showing to the buyer. So I guess nobody could have bought it, but it was showing in my active listings. So I went in and deleted them. So I'm keeping a close eye now. And somebody in the thrifting board said they called eBay. They know it's a glitch, but it really freaked me out because I thought, I've already sold all these things. Why are they back again? So keep a close eye on your inventory, on your active, and get rid of them, just end the listing. That's what I had to do. So I think I'm up to 14 of them.
All right. My tip is an awesome one. If you don't know, I'm a big Crocs fan. At first, I said, no way. I shunned them. And then now I probably have a dozen or so pairs, and a lot of them are designer. Here's my new designer ones.
Oh, my gosh. Those are awesome.
Now, I got 2 pairs, 2 different kinds, and I want to sell 1 pair, 2 different styles of this skeleton foot. And especially with modern phones, the cameras on modern phones, you can take a badass glow in the dark picture.
Oh, they glow in the dark? Now,
so not only are they cool looking, they glow in the dark. And so we set them under a lamp for about 30 minutes, and we walked into the closet, shut the door, took a picture. I mean, look how clear that is in the dark. These modern phones are effing amazing. And so the big tip is, if you have something that glows in the dark, 100% you have to take a picture of it glowing in the dark, because let me tell you, no one else does. There are very few people that actually take pictures of glow in the dark things actually glowing. So you will definitely stand out in a crowd.
So your tip is to go to the pet store or wherever and get a little black light and check everything you have.
Yeah, you can do that too.
So first you taught us to go to tiki bars and drink for free and buy mugs to sell. Now you're telling us to put shoes on our feet for free. You buy
yes, exactly. All right. So kind of tying into what you said about buying out of season. Sometimes they're funny. And now it's time for Unseasonably Sold. What did you sell out of season? Now, I didn't sell out of season, but look what I bought out of season, Deb. Ta-da! I just bought these in Phoenix last week, and you will not believe the prices on these blow molds.
Well, I don't think they were Peggy quarters, so maybe $3.
Pretty close. The ghost was $4.
Oh my gosh.
And the bunny was $6.
I'd have to keep that ghost.
Same thrift store. They weren't together. And I found the first one, like, sweet. And then I found the bunny was first. And then the ghost was $4. I'm like, what?
Wow. That's
so
crazy.
These are people who got rid of their things they didn't need coming up for Christmas. So
a lot of people are moving.
Keep your eyes peeled. It's amazing.
They look so cute
out there.
Don't they look cute together?
Yeah, they do, actually.
Just keep them together for whatever holiday.
Yeah, so not a Peggy quarter, but very, very close to a Peggy quarter.
Those are awesome. I didn't have any unseasonably sold.
And our last segment today. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're angry, and sometimes they're just plain weird. Now it's time for the feedback of the week. Oops. I think this is cheating, Debbie.
You do? You think it's cheating? I call this my feedback encounter of the week. So we sold this was shirt. It had been sitting a while. We sold this shirt, and my husband and I are walking downtown Vacaville, and he goes, that shirt we just sold. He goes, well, their last name is such and such, and the city is such and such. And I went, I know who that is. And so we went home, and sure enough, it was these people. And then so she, it's my friend, our friend. So she gave me good feedback.
These people, it's Linda who's in the chat right now.
I know, but I don't want to say their last name and all that. But it's Miss Linda. So then she sends us these pictures of. I'm like, oh my gosh, nobody ever sends me pictures of their husband wearing the shirt they bought from us.
Nice.
Then they're at a tiki bar and they run into Evelyn. Evelyn's also part of the thrifting board.
Yeah, Evelyn tracked Stacy and I down at Disneyland one day, and we've been friends ever since.
Well, we were at Wilford's in Napa, and she goes, "Hi, Debbie," and I looked at it, and I go, "Do I know you?" And she goes, "Yeah, we're in the thrifting board." I'm like, "Oh, a friend."
Yeah, I've got a party. I haven't yet partied with Evelyn, but I want to someday very soon.
Yeah, I got to.
All right, I shared this CD. I think last Thrifty Business, and it's Cher duetting with Beavis and Butthead, and a mom told me she bought it for her kid, and I just assume a kid probably like 12, 13, 14. And so I'm like, what a cool mom. And then look at this awesome feedback. Thank you. 5 stars all the way. Peace. Oh, what fun feedback. I mean, it was just a fun thing. I love selling music. I love hearing that like a mom bought it for their kid. Like just such cool stuff. Cause I'm a big music nerd, and to get that awesome feedback. Oh, we got a fun bot in the chat. Linda, you got that?
Oh
man, I can't believe the bots are so active lately. It's been so long since we've had crazy bots.
All
right, real quick, our upcoming shows, and then we'll get Pam in here. Next week, I know it is Thanksgiving weekend, but Mom and I will both be around Sunday evening, so we're doing a show. And Mom has been working on snow globes, and she's like, there's a lot of money in snow globes. So Mom has a whole presentation put together about snow globes. So I look forward to seeing what my mom has to teach us. So when you've had enough food and you've had enough of family, next Sunday, a week from today, pop on YouTube and we'll be there. All right.
Yay.
All right. Let's get Pam in here. And now it's time for the Thrifty Business special guest of the week. Hey, everybody. It's Pam. Woohoo.
Hey, Pam.
Hi.
I see your Sarah there now hiding. I see it right there.
Oh, I see it blended in the color. Oh,
Pam's got a little Sarah mug back there.
That's fun.
How are you, Pam? What's going on?
Great. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you for having me.
We are delighted to have you. Let's make you the big head. All right.
There's my Sarah.
What's that?
There's my Sarah.
See it up in the top corner right there?
Yes.
My new best friend.
Yay.
All right, so Pam officially wrote the longest bio stuff that we've ever had. So I love a thorough bio. So let's start with where were you located, Pam?
I'm in Oklahoma City.
Home of Frankoma. Woohoo. Someday you're going to find that rare Frankoma tiki mug there, and then you're going to be like, I'm so glad I paid attention to Jason.
Yes.
Because they made the one tiki mug just for a Rotary dinner Valentine's Day dance. It was like early swag, early giveaways. So you went to the dance and you got the tiki mug. So that one's red. So that one I think tends to be found in Oklahoma. Someone's cleaning out their grandparents' house. I'm like, oh, my grandparents were at the Rotary Valentine's Day dance. So keep your eyes peeled.
Is that Ada Clay?
I don't know.
Because I went to college in Ada, so.
Oh, Jenny's in Oklahoma City too. I don't think I realized it was Oklahoma City, Jenny. You guys are thrifting buddies, once removed. All right, so Pam, when did you start on eBay?
Well, I started I signed up in May of 2000, and I sold my first item in August of 2000.
We're almost twinsies. I started in March of 2000. We were very close. And when you did that, did you have a job at that time, or were you just doing it to try out the new thing on the block?
Just try out the new thing on the block. I got mad at school one day, or I got mad at school and said, I'm out, I'm taking a year off. And I was sort of taking care of my grandma and my father-in-law, and signed up for eBay, and with no intention of selling.
I was just thinking about shopping.
Yeah, I look kind of crazy there. Yeah, but I was selling at a flea market. I think I told you this. I was selling at a flea market, and I was buying dishes, and this lady kept coming and buying dishes from me. and I'd paid $15 for a set of Franciscan. And at that time, you could look up everything that had ever been sold on eBay. And I said, what are you doing? Third month, I said, what are you doing with all these dishes? And she said, well, I'm selling them on eBay. She'd sold the coffee pot for $375. And I went directly to Service Merchandise and bought a camera because
wow,
I can do that. And the rest is history.
So, Ginny says, what school? My mom was a school librarian.
Well, I worked at Western Heights, and then I got married in 2019 and moved out to Burns Flat and worked at Merritt. And then the last year of my career, my husband was my principal at Burns Flat.
Oh, I did not expect that. She married the principal. So, did you teach the same thing throughout your whole career, or what'd you teach?
Pretty much. I taught English, and I am certified to teach 5th through 12th, and I've taught everything, all of them. And I finally landed as senior English teacher, which is my love. I love teaching senior English. So I taught junior and senior English most of the time. And I'm also certified to teach special ed, although I never did.
So you have got the credentials.
Yeah, I'm Brit Lit, American Lit. I have the old credentials, old degree. So there aren't too many people out there that have. We're all retiring.
So what? So you're cruising along just fine, and all suddenly you had to stop selling online and get back to your real job.
Yeah. Yeah, my husband died. I was widowed in 2013. And I thought, first of all, being in the house home alone all day is not fun. And especially when no one comes home at 5 o'clock. So I knew I would make myself a little crazy if I didn't go find a job. So I thought, I have 7 or 8 years left on my retirement, so I should probably find a job. Well, that August, someone called me, a school where I'd said, oh, I would probably work there. Didn't apply, called me. It was August 14th, called me for an interview, and I wound up taking the job and taught there a couple of years, and then moved closer to where I live and taught there for 4 years. And then, like I said, the last 3 years I taught out in Western Oklahoma.
Wow. Did that 7 years go by fast?
It did. And I really like teaching. And my husband has been in it for 42 years. And he was ready. He was beyond, after COVID, he was beyond ready. So probably if we hadn't been moving back to Oklahoma City, I might have worked another year. But yeah, it went fast. But, now I'm a retired teacher instead of just someone who got mad and quit.
So you're both home. Your husband's a retired principal now too. Is that right?
He coached pretty much everything. Girls basketball was his first. And then he coached defense on football, and he did that pretty much, well, probably 33 years out of the 42 that he worked, he coached something. And he was coaching football until last year, and the football coach called him and said, I wish you'd have stayed another year. I need a defensive coordinator. But yeah, he worked a lot longer. He didn't get mad and quit.
So does he help you with your eBay business?
He does. He doesn't. Like I said, he drives us to the post office, and but he has given me a new perspective, because obviously he's Mr. Sports Dude, and he'll pick up something related to sports, and it's cool because I like sports. I'm wearing a shirt that says football on it, but I'm more of all three of my kids played football, but I'm more of I want them to win, but I don't need to watch them do it.
All right, fair enough.
Unless they're my kids. Anyway. Yeah. But yeah, he pointed out some programs from a coach's estate, and they were programs from Oklahoma A&M, which is now OSU, from 1947.
Wow.
And I've sold a few of those. Now, I paid probably more than I would have for them. I bought them. They were $5 each, and I bought all of them. So it was about $100. And I've only sold one for $43. But that money will come back. And he got to look at them for free, because I made money on them.
Smart man. He's like, oh, if I get her to buy this, and I don't feel guilty, and I can read it, and then she'll put it up for sale.
He's spending your profits for you. Well, I see in your notes you said that he will help you if he doesn't have a football game to watch.
Oh my gosh.
And I am excited to hear that he goes to the estate sales with you because, some spouses will help and drive to the post office, but they won't go outsourcing or go to estate sales. And I'm like, man, I don't understand people that don't love a hunt for a treasure because that's just always in my head.
Me either.
Well, I asked my dad once, I said, hey, Dad, I'm going to come and you want to come with me to my thrift store and you can see to a thrift store with him, see what I do. And he goes, why would I want to go with you? Look at other people's crap. I was like, never mind. You don't get it.
So the big number I want to talk about between you and your husband, how many grandkids do you guys have?
11.
It's like the Brady bunch of grandkids.
It is. It really is.
Is that a basketball team? Almost.
That's a football team.
Yeah, and I always tell people I forget which are which. They're just all ours.
Yeah, that's great. That's great to have such a big blended family like that. That's awesome. All right, so you never really stopped selling, but you definitely, as you said, you had an anchor store, you downsized, and then when you're busy teaching, you would sell things here and there. So when you started to ramp back up this year, was there anything that you were like, what is this thing I got to learn now?
Well, not really. I sort of paid a little bit of attention. I wish I could think of something because, and I probably need to learn. It's one of the reasons I'm here. There are probably plenty of things I need to learn, but it has changed a lot. But it's also kind of the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the fact that you kept just, your ear to the ground is enough that you're like, all right, nothing really surprises me. You didn't show back up and go, we don't take money orders anymore?
No.
Where did personal checks go? Where's that option?
In all the years that I did that, and that went away, oh gosh, what, 20 years ago?
Oh, yeah.
15. I got one hot check.
Oh, one hot. I would say I just got
for $9.
Did you frame
it? Of course.
I probably lost it when I moved. I downsized and moved to this lovely house where you see me.
Oh.
Yeah. So the good old days. Anybody that's new doesn't know the love of checks and money orders and quarters taped to a pice of paper.
I missed that part.
Crazy. All right.
I love it. I love the way they pay us now.
No, I watch people piss and moan and complain all day. I'm like, what? Like I don't really think about nothing no more. It's just so easy.
Yeah.
And what they're not thinking about on the other end, they're only thinking about getting their money. Now buyers have so many options to pay. Like if you had gotten to a fight with PayPal and you're like, screw PayPal, you could never shop on eBay. But now you can because you have there's a dozen ways to pay.
I love it.
Yeah. And so that really opened it up to a lot more customers. All right. So we're going to do a little store review of your store right now. So let's show your store to everybody in case anybody wants to go shop.
I love that name.
I love your graphic.
Yes.
That's a teacher thing.
Excellent. So Kissy Pop Cottage is your store and your actual ID is cab 4DK. And that's an impressive feedback number there, 17,767.
Thank you.
And 100%. Nice job.
Woo-hoo.
Thank you.
Yeah, got nothing to say about the feedback. It all looks good. And let me say, overall, let's just cruise through your store right here. You got your featured categories, your featured items. You got a coupon right now. So you're really using all that eBay offers us in the store. So that's so great to see. And majority of your stuff is sewing patterns.
Yeah.
Which I don't know much about, so I kind of skipped those and went with the other things. So let's jump right in. Now, if you've never seen a store review, excuse me very much, yes, it's going to help Pam, but these are everything that Debbie and I are going to say today are things that a lot of people have done, have them in their listings right now, and can benefit you. So just because it's a Pam store review doesn't mean that you have not made this mistake too, or just need this little bit of correction. So let's go with that. All right. So when you do anything skinny, a pool stick, a baseball bat, a roll of wrapping paper, this to be your opening photo is just, it's not good because it's such a skinny photo And we're all watching right now, probably on monitors and TVs, but on a phone, this would be like this. So I took your photo and did so this is your opening photo. Here's what your opening photo should be.
Okay.
On the angle, it fills the whole square, and that opening shot doesn't need to be the whole thing. You show the brand and a little bit of the actual thing, and that's your shot. That fills it up nicely. It is so much better than this little skinny picture in the middle there. So definitely on those long things. And like when you do baseball bats, if you do it on the angle like this, so you fill the screen, or you do the head just like this, so you see like the Easton, and then you're just shooting down the bats. So the back end of the bat's kind of out of focus, but that's artistic out of focus, not just a bad picture.
That's eye-catching. You want to catch the buyer's eye as they're scrolling through eBay.
That's one of those ones I told you that I was struggling so hard with photos. I struggled with that one. I actually went out to the driveway and laid down some contact paper and took it on that. And so thank you.
Yeah, that's one that people, I get it. You just think you're supposed to take a shot of the actual item long or vertical. And that opening shot's got to catch their eye.
Oh, sure. Break my heart with those shoes.
I was confused on the title. I was like, what's a 41 and what's a 10?
Oh, okay. That's a European thing. I bought those because I love them and I broke my kneecap and can't wear them. So,
Debbie, why'd you have to bring these up, Debbie? That's sad memories.
Oh, I'm sorry. I like the shoes too, but I was looking through it and I was like, I don't know 41 and 10. But then when I went through your description and everything, then I figured it out. But there's a lot of people like me that don't know what that means. Hopefully they'll be smart enough to scroll down and find out what it really means.
But what I will say is you got to capitalize that L.
Yeah. Okay.
That kind of confused me too.
Yeah,
because it's la artiste. So you should spell it just that way. La apostrophe and the rest of it. I mean, la L apostrophe and the rest of it. Because I'm reading this as IRT. Like it just doesn't read right. And so if someone typed it like this, yours will not show up.
Okay.
Yep, I saw those. I thought, oh, those are cute boots.
Now, can you scroll down to her? Item specifics are so important. They're huge now. I think, aren't they more searchable now than like our description for sure? I think it's just titles and item specifics that come up in the search. It's kind of small for me to see. It looks like you filled those out pretty good. When I looked on mobile on my phone, they only show a tiny bit of the item specifics. And I couldn't figure out how to open it up and look more. So I saw that you did a good job.
These are pretty good. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize you have the whole story of breaking your kneecap.
I didn't see that either.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, maybe that's not a good idea. Somebody's insurance company may say you cannot buy those shoes because you were already warned that you might break your kneecap.
And the specifics is something that is new for me that I am still figuring out.
Oh, so by the way, Lisa's a long description. You don't need all this in here because you already have it in your condition. I do a little bit of condition, but this is getting a little too wordy down here.
Okay.
So definitely you don't have to repeat the full bore of it. Now, if there is something wrong, there's a little hole, there's a string missing, I will put that in the description just so they can't have any excuses they didn't read it. They got it twice. But since this is pretty good, nothing really wrong with it, you don't really need to rewrite that whole thing. All right.
How do I do it?
Okay, so my first question on this is it really a Rolodex? Because I didn't see the word Rolodex anywhere on the product. That's a brand. So
Is that a brand?
Yes. Okay. So I had this feeling you were using it like Kleenex. We all say Kleenex, but Kleenex is a brand. It's actually a tissue. So if Rolodex is having someone watch eBay for misuse of their name, they could have this pulled.
Okay.
So as a heads up. Now, the cool thing about this is, because we used to have one of these, say you were wanting to call your friend whose last name began with S, you would actually dial it, and then it pops open to the S's. Oh. So because people might not realize that, and this is a fun little thing to have, this would be perfect for a video.
Oh, yes.
And it would be the rare time where I would say, yes, your finger kind of has to be in it because you're dialing. So, have your husband hold the camera horizontally. You dial, it pops open. That's all you need to have for the video. It's really quick, but it'll really show how fun this is.
So Jason, can you explain? I mean, you might be planning on doing this. She's got a lot of white space around. Is that because she's not squaring her?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. I should have said that right away. Yeah. Make sure you use square photos. See all the white space on the left and the right is because you're shooting vertical, rectangular shaped photos. So set your because you got the brand new iPhone. So set it to square. So what you do, and I'll show you right here for those of you who don't know.
And square is hard sometimes with a set of books. I can't get them all in there.
Here we go.
Okay.
From the word photo, you just take your finger and you scroll up a smidge, and then you have these options right here. See where it says 4.3, colon 3. You tap that, and then there's your options. You got 4.3 square and 16.9. So you hit your square and take all your pictures square because that is the space that eBay gives you as a square space.
And they don't stay. The square goes away. I have to redo it sometimes.
Well, yeah, not every picture, as long as you keep your camera open.
Yeah.
You turn your camera off, it will go back.
Yeah, so just keep an eye on it because it makes it, you see more, but like I said, it is, sometimes it's the square, I can't get a whole set of books in it, so it's kind of a pain. I have to get way back, but yeah.
My wife just messaged me, wedding ring.
Oh,
honey, you really shouldn't have opened that Pandora's box. It's sitting on the kitchen counter with yours that you forgot 3 weeks ago. Okay.
Oh my.
So boom, drop the mic. I'm out here. Hang on. Drop the mic.
Oh my. That's funny.
We got to Phoenix and she goes, oh my God, I forgot my wedding ring.
Put a Band-Aid or something around it. She needs another one, Jason. She needs a new one so she can have one at the other house in case she forgets it. Yeah.
I agree.
So was this one that or did you see this one? Okay. So, okay.
There's no, I remember what your one note was. There was no book in the title.
Oh, okay. And I was looking at the VTG. I had listened to eBay Radio's podcast recently, and now they're saying that Google doesn't like abbreviations, like the NOS. We know it means new old stock, but Google doesn't like it. So some of your titles have vintage spelled out, and then this one has the VTG.
It's got both.
Does it have both in the title?
Yes, it does.
I want this chair, by the way. Someone make me this chair, please. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts with vintage and ends with VTG.
Oh, you're right.
You definitely don't need both in the title,
No.
but you put it in the other macrame category, and you don't got book anywhere. So you definitely need book or booklet or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It says book in the title.
Oh
Doesn't
shit, Debbie, you.
No. I think it was item
I'm going by your notes, Deb.
Oh, did I really say that?
Yes, you did.
Don't listen to me. But
Don't listen to you. You're my co-host. I have to listen to you.
Okay, so take out the second vintage, but and personally, and I know everybody goes flip flop. I don't put vintage first. I put my most important keywords first. Macrame is heavier to me than vintage.
I've been trying to do that.
Yeah. So can we look at the item specifics now, please?
Yes, I would love to show you that. There are none.
I really, yeah. See,
there are none because she used a category that doesn't have any really. So if she was using the book category, it would have a ton.
But there is a little space when you go through whatever's listed already. It says custom. I think it says custom items. There's the word custom. I can't remember what the whole thing. Click on custom, and then poof, you can make your own. So you can put item, and then underneath it put book. So you're in a sense making your own, but you always have to do the top and the bottom. It's got to match, like shoes. Or sometimes I just put, like, let's just say shoes, and I just put yes. You know, is it waterproof? Waterproof? Yes, or whatever. So you can always, what I always tell people, every keyword in your title should be in your item specifics. Somehow get it into your item specifics because they're so heavily searched now, more than they used to be. Okay. Yeah. At first I thought those were chairs, and then I saw, oh no, it was a book. Ooh, I like this.
All right. So when you're using, so this was going to be where I was going to talk about the square photos, because this purse starts out almost square, but then there's a lot of skinny photos. So again, we're all watching on monitors and TVs, but if you're shopping on your phone and you're trying to look at the sides of this, you know, if you so instead of having, I don't have a purse handy, I'll do a CD. Instead of taking that shot of the side of the purse just like that, just turn it a little bit. It'll give you depth, and then you can fill the square really nicely.
Okay.
So you'll still see the side, but it doesn't become such a skinny little thing.
Yeah, almost looks like a cigar, kind of like a pretty cigar.
And then you got your new light box, which is cool. Where's the picture? There we
That's
go.
pretty.
Make sure that you're also, if you would have squared it up, well, you guys can't see it right now. Hold please. Nope.
Yeah.
You can see all the workings of the light box. There's the light, and so try and take it. So all of a sudden I'm like, oh man, I see a light. And so now I'm focused on the background and not what I'm supposed to be focused on, your actual item.
Yeah, I didn't crop that.
Yep. And that's why we were talking earlier, if you're taking those square photos and you're getting up nice on your object, your subject, so to speak, you'll never have to crop anything because you got it square ready. You're on it, and that saves you a lot of time.
Is this me again?
Yes, that's you.
Okay, let's go down to item specifics, please. And here again, there's not much in there. So you could have done custom, open up, click on custom, and a box opens up at the top. You could put author and put their name, or designer and the designer's name. So every keyword that's in your title should be in your item specifics. And sometimes it takes a little bit of work. I'm like, okay, I have to match the top and the bottom. So sometimes I used to use item, but I can only use that once. I can't use it again. So yeah, try really hard. Every color, if it has a scent, if it's a candle, everything in your title, try to work it into your item specifics somehow. Because that's what people are looking at. I mean, see your title, they go down to item specifics. They might just stop there and say, oh, I'm going to buy this, or I don't want it, because there's not then they may not even scroll on to your description. But the description is still very important, but the item specifics are more heavily searched.
Plus, for those that don't know, when people search in eBay reads two things. They read the title and the item specifics. They don't read the description.
Right.
And so you can type things in the description, but the most important is your title and your item specifics.
And the description's important too, because if there's a return, a lot of times the title might save you. If they call eBay and say blah, 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 eBay, well, it was right in the title. But having it in the description could help you out too if someone's trying to file an item not as described, but it's in my title, it's in my description, it's in my item specifics. So.
And that's one thing that's been confusing to me when I came back, because there for a while, weren't they making you write or encouraging you to write so many words in your description?
Kind of tell a story a long time ago.
But when people see my descriptions, they're like, there's nothing in your descriptions. I go, I know. Because the item specifics take care of most of it. So what else is there? Especially on like music, what else is there to read by that point? I got it all covered. So you don't have to have long stuff. Plus, we're all ADD nowadays. Oh, there's 4 paragraphs. I ain't reading that. Moving on. All right.
I didn't talk about that.
So this one's just a typo, but here's the $1 million question. Are you ready? Do you have 3 packages as your title says, or 2 packages as your description says?
Oh,
I don't know.
Surprise.
Write that down.
Now, the other thing too is you have a picture of one set.
Yeah.
So if you have multiples, which I think you do, either 2 or 3, take that first picture and fan them out. So if you had 3, your first picture would be like this.
Nice.
So you can see all 3 packages. Because most of our customers buy with their eyes. They don't read shit. They just look at pictures and buy things. And I've done it too. So look, I ain't complaining because I've done it myself. I bought a picture I thought was this big, and when I got it, it was this big.
I remember that. Somebody bought a bed from Lindrawley and they thought it was a full-size twin bed, and it was a little kid's toy dollhouse twin bed. Okay, is this me again?
That is you again.
Okay, you see where I have lot, and what is that, a back hash? Number 3, punctuation. You're putting 2 things together, and Google can't read it right. They can't read lot 3. They just kind of see this together. So you don't need that backslash. It's actually just taking space, take it out, and you still have lot 3. Or you could put lot of 3, but and several of your other titles have some of that punctuation too, and Google doesn't like it. It's just it's a mess. So.
Plus, when you do this, and I think I had one of mine coming up, that becomes the word. So the actual word now is lot/3, and so no one's ever typing it like that, because when they're conjoined and there's no space, that's the word. And so if someone types lot of 3, yours won't come up.
Okay.
Yeah, and then how do her item specifics, because those are really big to me. I mean, it used to be I went on eBay Radio eBay Radio years ago, I said hello, and I was looking up top sellers, and no one was using them. And then, bam! All of a sudden, it became so important. Now that we get warnings all the time, fill in your item specifics. So again, anything that's in your title, get it into your item specifics. You know, the designer, the author, anything. You don't have pom pom wasn't in your item specifics because I looked for that. And then again, you got the VTG. And then, you know, if you're going to run out of space, you need more space. You don't really need the vintage if you got the 1970s, although some people do search for vintage.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pom Pom Fantasies and Pom Pom Originals, I definitely would have had Pom Pom and not just Pom. Because again, if someone's looking for that and they type out Pom Pom like it is on this item, yours will not come up. But if you use your item specifics and did your customs, you can then put Pom Pom in the item specifics. So no matter if it's in the specifics or title, it'll come up in the search.
Right. They're just really heavily. That's why I keep going over and over and over item specifics, because a lot of people don't realize there's custom. I used to do, even before all this talk now about, I used to do customs all the time because they didn't give us very many options. So I made my own, and now we can still do that.
All right. You can get a styrofoam head at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or one of those places for $4. So if you're going to do hats, and then also I've thrifted fancier ones in styrofoam. If you're going to do hats, pick up at the minimum one of the cheapy styrofoam ones. It'll just look a little bit better.
Right.
Yeah. So I have
and this is not a trucker hat, by the way.
Oh, it's not?
No, trucker hat. This would be a little bit more what's called high profile. And typically, not always, but typically the trucker hats are mesh.
Okay.
So this is a baseball?
Yeah, this is just a baseball hat. Yeah.
Okay. April said that you put 75 twice in, I think, in the pom pom title. You had title.
So I do want to, since I worked in the cheerleading industry for many years, let me explain something. The actual spelling of pom-pom is like this, but 2 words. And so, but no one ever knew it was Pompon. And so over the last 20 years, that has actually changed to pom-pom.
See, that's what confused me.
Yeah, it has actually changed to this. So the vernacular won out. People mispronounce it so often, it won out. So that's how you spell it now. But when I was in the biz, that's how we spelled it.
I never heard that before, ever. It's always been pom-poms.
Yep, that's the actual.
I always had pom-poms before you were even born.
All right. So, yeah, fix your hat up a little bit. Now, I didn't find anything wrong with this. Oh, I did, because kind of what we just talked about, this is not 2 words anymore. It's one big ass word.
Okay,
but this mug does not weigh much of anything. And what Debbie found out was your international shipping seems to be a little high.
Okay.
Because you got $26 on it. This won't even come in as a pound, I don't think. So I would be charging $20 and still making a couple dollars, because it's only going to be $17.95 if you use pirate ship simple export rate. And so to be $26 when it's only $18, it's kind of high, and because it's a light mug. If it was a heavier mug, no problem, but that's a light mug.
So I have that by weight, I think, on there.
Are you using pirate ship though?
No, I have not.
Okay, so and this might sound mean, but you're throwing money away.
Okay.
Yeah, because the same service of shipping it first class on eBay is the same as pirate ship simple export rate, and it is so much cheaper. So don't pay the man more than you have to.
And you know, that's the mug that's going to get my money back that I lost on the slot machine.
And what's nice about this, Deb, because this sticker was not one of the better stickers. It still has. Oops, get over here. It still has the Quan sticker on it.
Nice.
Oh, I think you have it misspelled. It's Quon, and I think you have a W, by the way. Yep, that's Quon.
Yeah, I sure do.
Yeah, but that sticker was not one of them stronger ones, and the fact that you still have it is nice for us nerd collectors, because we look for our old mugs with stickers because we're dorks like that.
Do you have a pirate ship account yet? Have you signed up?
I do have one. I just haven't.
Yeah, I do all my international is through pirate ship, because sometimes the shipping is over half. I'm saving my buyers because I want the sales, and if I make an extra $1 or $2 on it. But if they look at, here's an example. We sent an offer out on a pair of jeans to Romania. And she goes, wow, can you do anything about the shipping? So I went back and I looked. Well, first of all, we accidentally had an extra pound weight on it. And we didn't have pirate ship then. And when I redid it, it went from $70 shipping to $17. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
All right. So this is my first question for the chat. What word is missing from this title? Let's see who can type it in first. Because I was like, I was rubbing my eyes. I'm like, there's no way this word's not there. And the chat's always about 30 seconds behind when I say something out loud. Yes.
Oh, I missed that.
Where is the word vest in this listing?
Sweater, because a sweater has those sleeves.
Sweater vest, yeah.
Did you not have sweater in there because there's
no and there's and I checked. So it's in vintage sweaters, and vest isn't even down here. So yeah, vest is nowhere. So someone looking for a sweater vest is looking for something very specific. So make sure that you get that in there. Good job, chat. Good job.
Thank you.
Let's see. Oh, and somebody, I don't know, Miss Linda was talking about having white background instead of the blue. I don't know how you feel about that. She's got blue background in her little photo box. So maybe a white background. So sometimes we can't use a white background if it's a white item, but
yeah, this is awesomely ugly, by the way.
Yeah. Now, okay, that goes back. Did we talk about the W? Oh, that's right, because I had one.
I know Debbie's big. I'm gonna talk to Pam about this. Debbie did it herself.
Yeah. Well, I need to go back and look because W. I was like, what's W? Is that? It's not medium upside down. Is that west? So instead of saying width, because people you don't need. So many people. I think you have to write a proper sentence, especially as an English teacher. But no, each keyword. I view it this way. Each keyword is a key that opens your listing for someone to see. So I don't write a sentence. I just boom, put the keywords in. But weighted, my heaviest, most important, I always put at the beginning. So it doesn't really make sense, but it's all the keywords to describe that item.
So what about this one, Deb?
Let me see. It's kind of, it's small for me to see. Go down to item specifics. So that's pretty much where I was hanging out. Yeah. See, what does she have in her item specifics? I can't see. Does she have the word book? Does she have the author?
Yep.
Is it a designer? Oh wow, I can't really remember it because, like I said, I need to start wearing glasses when I do the show.
Yeah, let's get some glasses on.
let's go back to title and see what was there.
All right, I will find your notes here real quick so you know.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't have time to write them out for myself. I was going to do that too.
You wrote them out for me.
Yeah, I was trying.
International seems high on this also.
Okay. That could be what it was too.
So
yeah.
there we go.
This
book can't weigh much.
Yeah.
$26 again.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Yep. So we got to work on your international.
Because they're out there. There's billions of them, and they will buy our stuff. But when the shipping is just way too high, they'll move on.
It's confusing to me because I don't know the rates. I don't know what to charge.
Jason will help you with that.
Okay.
There you go. Boom. There it is.
Yeah. Now I
didn't really have this ready to go. I was just sitting on my computer. So if you're using the simple export rate, just focus on the first 4 pounds because that's first class.
Okay.
And then priority, we use eBay, right? Because there's no discount for priority.
Right. So focus on that chart right there.
And be very, very careful because at 8 ounces, that's where the cutoff is. Oh gosh, one time before we had pirate ship, I charged 7 ounces, but it was really 8. I did everything. I cut off I did everything to cut that down so I could get it at 7. Otherwise it was going to cost me like an extra $8 to ship it.
I did that just the other day. I took a piece of cardboard out of one going to Canada.
Yeah, we cut and do everything we can to keep the prices down. So yeah, this is what we do. And then we don't do, how do we do it, Jason? It's flat, same cost, no matter where the buyer lives, right? We do worldwide and we do Canada.
Yeah, just like I showed, just like we talked about in the class.
Yeah. It took me a long time to understand that it's the same to China as it is to the UK, as it is to any other country except Canada.
All right, here's another perfect example of what you should have a video. How's that bell sound?
Oh.
Video would be perfect because, not every bell sounds the same. So that would be a perfect thing. Plus, a better keyword besides cute/good. He's wearing a Santa hat, so throw Santa Claus in your title instead of cute/good. Because cute/good is just a waste of words anyway. Yes, it is cute.
And if
But,
it had to, if you can find a manufacturer, it kind of looks like Home Interiors.
Lefton.
Is Lefton in your title? I can't
Yep.
see. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Okay. No more co-hosting without glasses, young lady. You're telling me books on the title. The chat's like books in the title.
Oh, there it is. And I would
this will be great. Ring the bell. And again, the rare time you're gonna have to use your hand.
Get a pair of white gloves. I think if you have a pair of those white gloves, and then you did it.
Ooh, you got some Mrs. Claus gloves?
Yeah, Santa Claus, or even year round, because it kind of hides our bad manicures or whatever's going on. Okay, I'm pretty sure this one's mine. Is this the one where she doesn't have hat?
Oh no! So you were mad that she's using the W, yet we busted you using it. So you can't say that no more.
And the punctuation. But I think if you look in the item specifics, I think there was some more keywords she could get in her item specifics too, because she had a lot of them. But
this one's pretty good compared to the rest. Yeah,
but hat's not in there, And then when you read her description, she talks about the hat, and somebody that maybe loves hats and is looking for a hat, this would maybe pop up.
You're thinking of the other one. This is the girl with the umbrella.
Oh. Okay, is umbrella.
Put your glasses on, young lady. All right. So I'm guessing because Debbie said, "What does GC mean? Does that mean good condition?"
Good condition.
Yeah. No one is searching that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if they're not searching for it, it's not going to come up anyway. And it kind of confused it. I thought,
But I do like groovy for whatever reason. This groovy in this one really works for me.
To me, groovy is orange and purple and all kinds of stuff. But if you don't need the room, let's see.
Take that slash out.
There was something else I was going to say about this, and now I already forgot what it was.
Debbie didn't like groovy, but I do in this case.
I mean, I love groovy, but to me, it wasn't groovy. I don't see groovy. To me, that's not groovy. That's more like a man bar or something like that. There was something else. I forget. Can you flip it? Can you go down to her item specifics? Yep. I don't remember what it was. There was.
But yeah, good point from Lisa. Your opening shot should be this one, so they actually can see the handle. Because in this shot, again, don't forget, our customers only buy with the first picture. They might get it and go, I don't want one with a handle, so you avoid that by making that your first photo.
Yeah, that looks complete. It's not missing it. So I don't know if she could have added anything to her item specifics because it's too small.
No, I don't think so. Because there's
no. She have ice bucket.
Yep.
And then one thing I want to talk about, and I don't know if Jason was going to talk about this, is changing how your description goes. Because we're quick. We don't have time to read very long. So, we don't put bullet points, the actual symbol anymore, but we write them out that way. So it's just boom, 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 like this. So they can just glance down real quick. Because when I have to go like this, sometimes like Jason said, I just kind of get lost in the middle. And then you had one that had a lot of measurements and it went on and on and on. And I thought, wow, if that was this way, neck, him, blah, 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 people can just glance down real quick and see it. Because we've learned to be very short patients nowadays. Someone said she could be apostrophe in the year 1970s. I think
no apostrophe needed on that.
No, okay.
All right, we got a couple more. We got too many more, but we're gonna end with a couple. Okay, so if you're gonna call this a Mickey Mouse cup or mini for that matter, have that be the first picture. But this would be a great item for using the Pic Collage app. So you could have the side with Pluto, and then the side with Mickey and Minnie, and then you could also have the bottom showing it's vintage Walt Disney for Applause, made in Korea. So you could definitely photo collage those things together, because when you have a mug that has something all the way around and it's different all the way around, that's really the only way to show it in the opening shot. But if you're going to go with one picture, I would go with this, because you show Pluto and Mickey, or the Mickey giving Minnie the heart.
Okay.
But you also want to use, you definitely want to get mouse in the title, because if someone searches Mickey Mouse, if you don't have the mouse, yours won't come up. And because Pluto's there, you want to get him either in the title or the item specifics.
Yes. Okay. And that would be a good video, because then people can see the mug moving around and you see.
Yeah, if you got a turntable, that's another fun item to have in your photos area. Put the mug on the turntable, let it rotate, set the speed so it rotates. Takes about 18 seconds to go around. Easy peasy.
I have a little mug size turntable that I got on Amazon for like $14.99, and because I sublimate mugs at home too, and it goes around. And then we used to be freaked out about noise. Shh, don't say nothing, Bill, I'm recording. But if you go on the top, when you're doing your video, you're done on the top left, there's a little, it looks like I forget what it looks like, mute sound, something that you click that and it takes all the sound out. So if your dog's barking and your kids are screaming, and you're recording, you get all that. But once you hit that edit, it's muted. Now, some people like music, like Jason. He likes to put music.
Oh, what? What? Did I miss that?
What?
So character is Shakespeare?
Yeah, I reuse that.
I was going to say, I bet you
Shakespeare
use some other thing. Yeah.
Oh,
Good catch,
I
Lisa.
missed that. How dare me?
Good catch, Lisa.
I was rushing.
All right, we're going to end on two more. So Debbie, you said the pattern isn't in the title, right?
Item specifics. It's not
item specifics.
Item specifics. I didn't see it, but then
Yeah.
of course, we know I have bad eyes. And also, I would add, and it might not be, you might have to do a custom, put quantity and then put 2, because you have 2 different pans there, or whatever those things are called. Corning, 2 pieces. You've got 2 pieces. And do they have lids?
Yeah, with lid.
Yes.
See right there.
Is lid? Yeah, lid. And I would put item specific, custom. If it's not in your item specifics, you could open up custom and you could put lids and then put yes. So you have 2 boxes to fill in.
So I don't know Corningware. So what is A-3-B plus half mean?
That's on their handle. And so the bigger one is the A-3-B, and then the other one is the half. It's a half quart. And the half quart does not have a lid. And that's confusing, and I don't generally sell that stuff.
Yeah, because that's not anything I've ever sold or obviously never bought. So
yeah,
I was like, does that mean stuff to people buying Corningware? If it does, then fine. If it doesn't, move it down to the item specifics. That way you'll still have it, but it doesn't read. As Brian said, that's geometry.
it is. I'm an English teacher, so I don't speak geometry.
Would someone look for that? I thought maybe it was something that Pyrex collectors know. Would someone look for A3A plus? Would they look for that?
I'm gonna look. I think that I looked that up and that they do, but I'll look again. Because I'm not sure.
And someone was talking about add ounces. That's something you have an NFL. I don't know if you're going to bring up any more, Jason, but there's an NFL mug and you have NFL twice.
Yep.
And then put ounces. You have 4 inches, but I would prefer to see, is it 11 ounces? Is it 8 or is it 15 ounces? So that might be more important to somebody than 4 inches. But yeah, I see. Did I see? Yeah, NFL's twice.
It's in there twice.
Yeah, in your title twice. So I'm trying to look because there's some great. You know what I always advise.
Here's what you could do. You could do America's Team because that's what they're called. So you can get some bonus keywords in there.
That's good. Yeah.
Or I can use some of the cuss words my husband uses. That's his favorite team.
I'm not sure if eBay will approve of that, but you could try.
Like my husband. But in the gold, blue, and white, I don't know if that really matters. But America, think more about your what people are going to search for, but they're not going to search probably for blue, white, gold mug, I don't think.
So speaking of NFL, this would be a good time if you had the ability to actually hang them somewhere in your house. It's that rare time where I'm like, hey, take a picture of your bedroom. If you could hang these up to show, you got the measurements in there, but to see it like in action, so to speak, it's one of those things that would be beneficial to sell it. Sitting here is one thing. When I do big blankets and bedspreads, I actually take them on a bed here in the office. So it's a rare time where I'm like, yeah, because people can understand it better. They can visualize the size of it better too.
Or if you can't hang them, even if you just get a piece of cardboard or something on the floor, a clean floor with a white underneath it, so they can kind of see the proportions. And
you know what I did? I bought a window shade, and I can roll it out.
Nice.
And put stuff on the floor.
All right, so thank you. Spirit Junkie said, yes, specific numbers are valuable to searching, but she also recommends you sell those 2 separately.
Okay.
Oh, I love the chat. You guys are doing a great job. That's what I was going to say. I always tell our guests after the show, go back and watch the show again and read the chat because we can't get everything, all the tips out there.
All right, let's end on your salt and pepper shakers because I do love them. They're awesome. You and I talked about your background a little bit, and this one has got the busiest background because you have a doily, for lack of a better term, a lamp or a vase, and then out of the blue, you throw in a little tiny garbage can lid.
I know. That was before I got my
all right. But here's the weird thing. These pictures are square almost. So you were really close to the square on these, but I'm like, man, she's adding extras in there. But I do love these salt and pepper shakers for sure. Oh, and because these are made in Japan, I would definitely put that in the title. Again, that's something people are looking for vintage stuff like this, because there it is, made in Japan right on the bottom.
Nice. Yeah, you're doing a great job. We're just these little things to find, and it helps me, obviously, and other people too.
But overall, this is us just being very finicky with your stuff. But overall, you have a really good looking store.
Oh, I had one more.
What?
Yes, and there's more. You have 30-day returns instead of 60. 60 gives you higher. 60 gives you higher placement, and in all the time since I've had 60, I think I've only had like 1 or 2 returns. And it's like I have a pair of jeans coming back because guys said they don't fit. That doesn't matter if it's 30 or 60, whatever. But like Jason will say, by the time it's 58 days, most people forget they even have the item. So
no one is starting. I've never had a return started on day 31 or longer.
Right.
So although we have 60-day returns, if it's getting a return, it's happening in the first month. And then it's a thing where eBay rewards you for having it, the availability of it, to put you higher in search. And this time of year, it's good because someone buys something in November, gives it for Christmas, and then in January, you're like, why did grandma buy me this brown robe? I want to return it. And so that's the 60 days. So, but yeah, I've never, ever had a return day 31 through 60 ever.
Either.
So I reap the benefits and don't have to worry about it. If it happens, it happens, but it just never has. It's been years. I've had that for years now. It's never happened.
And it helped their search.
I've got to do that. You said that in that class that I was in last week, and I just.
Yep, and that's something you can bulk edit. So you go to the bulk edit and then just click them all, click returns, and you can just switch it right there. Don't have to do it one at a time because you got a lot of items. You don't want to be doing that one at a time stuff.
One more thing I like to add to my internet on my listings. International buyers, please note custom fees, VATs, etc., that could be added on your country are not part of the sale price. Some people think, oh, I'm paying $10.99 for this, and that's the custom fees and everything. And then it gets to them and they don't want to pay those custom fees. So it comes back. So eBay went back and forth. They told us, don't do it anymore. We're doing it. And then they said, oh, no, you put it back in. So I just do a little blurb at the bottom to let them know they may have to pay those fees when it gets to their country. And it's not included in the sale price.
Okay.
I'm so excited. Kim has said I learned 3 good tips tonight. Yay. That's the whole point of doing store reviews. So awesome.
Yes. It helps all
right. That was an awesome show, Pam. Thank you very much. And good to see you back on the platform.
Thank you.
And good to see you in my class and the thrifting board. And congrats on having 17, almost 18,000 feedbacks. Well done.
Amazing.
Well done.
Thank you.
Now, are we going to do her scores and duds? Or are we done?
Oh shit. Yeah.
Sorry. Like, where do you think you're going?
Yeah, where am I going? Okay, not bad.
And Aaron go, good night. I'm like, well, wait a minute, we're not done.
You're right. I totally forgot the scores and duds. Don't leave. Don't leave. All right, we'll do your duds first. I'll end with the scores, and then we'll say goodbye. Sorry. Good catch, Debs.
You had me here for a reason.
Oh, that's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, here's your duds.
Man, I thought that would sell.
Yeah, I would think
it's got everything. It's got atomic. It's got the images. I've had it listed. How long have I had it listed?
I can't see that. Only you can see that.
It's been a minute.
And do you have it international? I think you do everything international.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, so if you want a vintage book and better home lighting, come on over to Cab 4DK and come get it.
Yeah.
All right. What is happening here?
Super thought that would sell. It's been in my store a really long time. I was so excited about it. And nothing. I don't even think it's had very many looks.
Should she take it out of the package, Jason? Because it's a kimono, so it's res.
Yes.
Well, it's a kit to make one.
Yes.
Oh, it's a kit to make one.
Yes, it's not a kimono yet.
So still, should she maybe since it's not selling, maybe take it out and show all the parts that come with it?
Good, yeah. Yeah, to me, now I've never made a kimono. So to me, this picture is like, what am I looking at?
I know. Looks like something that somebody returned.
Yeah.
They taped it all back up and now,
But if you make kimonos, maybe that picture means something. I don't know.
I don't know.
That could be it. Maybe try new pictures on that one. All right, let's look at your scores. Woohoo! $52.
That is, I posted, you guys, you probably read it, some of you, about tracking down the patterns, and somebody on the board said I was tenacious, and my husband said, or obsessive. But I couldn't afford the patterns at the estate sale, and I tracked them down to the dealer who bought them out, and I paid $25 for about 200 patterns, and that was my first sale which was double
Right.
what I paid for all of them.
Gee, that's
And
nice to start out like right into profit.
yeah, and I love that, and I've sold probably $200 worth of patterns out of that, and
Nice.
I've only had them about a week and a half, so
Great
Nice.
job.
I,
Now,
but
when I brought this up, I'm like, must be because she sold a bunch. I'm like, just a little sticker for $5.
I bought a package of them at an estate sale probably 7 years ago. It was half price day, so it was $1.50. It's marked $3. It was $1.50. There were probably 300 in there. I've only got about 100 or so left. So, and I think I did have it higher than that, but they're easy. They're on my packing table, and that's my bread and butter. And
I love it.
we love the Cowboys, and
That's
they're
not-
easy to pack and easy to ship, and
Yes.
bread and butter, man.
That's nice. I love multiple quantities. When you get something, you don't have to worry about it. Just keep selling them.
This is awesome.
I have sold so many of those. I was at an estate sale where the lady's husband left her 20 years ago. She had all kinds of lingerie. I understand she never dated. And for some reason, she had about 30 to 40 boxes of assorted feminine products. I bought them all for $1. I've sold them for this much and more, maybe a little bit less. I've got 5 boxes left.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Again, bread and butter.
Yeah, I love it. Who'd ever thought in my life I'd be like, I love you're selling maxi thins. I know. Who'd ever thought that would be a sentence I'd never say to anybody.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I wasn't have a tip. Go ahead.
Oh, this was so cool. And my husband wasn't with me. I found it. It's a poster. They were burning the flag on
Oh, that's what that is.
and this guy, I think the feedback said, I have looked for this for 15 years.
Oh, I love that.
And so it was just so cool that I saw it and listed it. And
I remember when this happened. 1977. I remember he grabbed the flag, right? And
Yep.
he saved the flag.
yeah, it was in 76.
Yeah, I graduated from high school in 76. So I remember that like it was yesterday. Of course, we also had all those. What are those guys called that go running with no pants on? What were those guys called back then?
Streakers.
The what? Yeah, those.
Focus, Deb. Focus. We're trying to finish the show. Deb's now talking about naked people. Where did we go wrong? We're not even drinking tonight. What happened?
It's the Pepsi. I told you this stuff is really good.
Yeah, the Pepsi did it.
But that I love selling, and it's more, of course, I'm not going to do it for free. I like having the income and making the money. But when I get something that somebody has looked for 15 years, it makes me, or somebody says, thank you for selling me that pattern. I made that for my daughter when she was little. Pattern got burned in a fire, lost it, whatever. Now I want to make it for my granddaughter. That's what gets me out there. And
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That mom who thanked me for selling her a Cher and Beavis and Butthead CD for her kid.
yeah,
That tickles me too, because that item was in the wrong place and now it's in the right place. To spend the rest of his life.
and it's
And that's
validation.
Plush and those baby loveys are so popular. Kid loses his favorite plush, and you can't calm him down until you find him. So you go and you find a used plush toy or a baby lovey. I have this crazy tip, and you're really gonna think I'm crazy now, but somebody may need this. Have you ever bought a box of Ivory Snow? I found, the Ivory Snow laundry soap. I found 3 at my thrift store, and I thought this is gonna be great, but it was the wrong lady on the cover. The lady that sells so much on the Ivory Snow box is a lady who became a porn star later, and I can't think of her name right now. But if you put Ivory Snow,
We went from streakers to porn stars as we're trying to say goodnight. What
Yes.
is going
because
on?
you know how the universe works. I just feel like someone's going to go in a thrift store in a estate sale. There's going to be a box of Ivory Snow, and it's the lady on the box. So look her up and make sure. Say Ivory Snow, porn star, laundry soap, and you will see her name and you see her face. So there, you might go and find one.
Okay, this is not how I expected this show to end. This was crazy. Pam, thank you very much. Good to see you. Thanks for sharing your scores with us. Deb, thanks for catching I forgot them. And good to see everybody. So don't forget, next week we are having a show. Mom and I should teach you all about snow globes. When your belly is full and you're tired of seeing your family, come on over to YouTube on Sunday night at 7 o'clock East Coast. And we will be here to entertain you and educate you all about snow globes. With that, I say thank you, everybody.
And don't leave, Pam. I forgot to tell you, stay, because we do a little bit of follow-up at the end. So hang on. Don't leave. Bye.
All right, everybody, enjoy your porn star searches. Now that
It's
Debbie
Marilyn
has sent you
Chambers.
down that path.
Oh,
Yes.
somebody knew Marilyn Chambers.
Yes, Lisa knew right away. Mhm.
Yes.